welcome back to Couple of Cooks Cooking. Today we're going to be making an authentic Italian
beef ragu.
Let's get cooking. So we have received some unsolicited feedback from friends and family telling us that we need to,
Loosen up a little bit.
Loosen up a little bit. So I'm going to be having a cocktail while we're cooking today, which is not unusual, by the way, for me. So I wanted to do something with the red wine that we're going to use in our cooking today. So an Italian Chianti Classico is what we're going to be using, and but I didn't want a glass of straight up red wine on a Sunday afternoon, so I decided to make a cocktail. I wanted something a little more refreshing. So I don't know what to call it. If you have any ideas, please comment below and let us know what to name this drink. But it's a glass of red wine on ice, and then a shot of Di Serono or Amaretto liqueur, and then it's topped off with lemon lime soda. And let me tell you, it is very refreshing.
And I'm having a light beer by Miller.
Oh my gosh.
Also very refreshing.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna make our authentic Italian beef ragu today. So it starts with a mirepoix, which is basically onions, celery, and carrots. And Brad is just gonna do a rough chop. We basically call this a dump recipe. So you just do a rough chop in your vegetables. You don't have to be very precise because your food processor is going to do all the work. So he's just going to give it a rough chop and dump it into the food processor. So that's one medium-sized onion, one stalk of celery. Look at him go, folks.
I got skills.
One carrot peeled. I don't think it's necessary, but I just peel it because I like to. Dump. And 4 cloves of garlic. You can just smash these and throw them in because the food processor will do all the work for you. Then you want a handful of Italian parsley. Now we keep our parsley in a little like a bouquet of flowers. We keep it in a little container filled about halfway with water.
No need to chop.
No need to chop, you can just throw it in. So if you do this when you get it home from the store, just kind of trim the ends off to where they're flat and then put it in a little cup, fill it 2/3 or halfway with water. Just make sure all those bottoms of the stems are covered. Then this will keep in your fridge for a month. At least a while, and it keeps a lot longer than if you left it in the bag and put it in your vegetable drawer, and after like a few days it turns to mush. Okay, so I guess we're ready to process.
All right.
You're probably going to need to scrape down the bowl of the processor 1 or 2 times just to make sure that everything gets incorporated. You really want to mince it up very, very fine. So we'll probably do this 2-3 times.
That's pretty good.
That looks great. Okay, so now that the vegetables have been pureed, we're going to add it to a stock pot. A couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom. Excellent. Then add your vegetable puree. No need to rinse out that the bowl of the food processor because we're going to use it again later. So you want to saute these vegetables over medium heat until softened. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. We've sauteed the vegetable puree until it's pretty dry. So all the liquid has been evaporated and it basically looks like a paste. So that is what you're looking for, and now we're ready to move on to the next step. So add a little bit more olive oil to the pan and then add 1 pound of ground beef. Okay, so after the meat's partially cooked, you want to fold it into the vegetables. And it should look something like this. And then you continue cooking like this on about medium heat until the meat is cooked all the way through. Okay, so now that the meat is cooked all the way through, it's time to add your red wine. So 1 cup of red wine, whatever wine you would drink. We're using Chianti Classico because we just felt it was appropriate for an Italian style ragu, but a Cabernet would also work very, very well.
Now we kind of have to crank up the heat a little bit and let some of the wine cook out.
Yeah, you want the wine to absorb, and once that happens, then we'll add the tomatoes. So we'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. So while Brad is finishing up the beef and vegetables, I'm going to puree our tomatoes. So in the same food processor, dirty food processor we use to puree the vegetables, you're going to add 1 large can of whole tomatoes. San Marzanos, if you can find them. Just dump them right in. And then you're going to puree them until they're smooth. It only takes a minute or so.
All right, I think we're to the stage where the wine's cooked out. Now we're going to add the tomato sauce. Probably make a mess.
Please don't make a mess. God, I just cleaned this kitchen, y'all.
Success.
All right, look at that.
And we hadn't seasoned yet, but we're about to just add a little bit of salt.
Yep, season with salt to taste. We're gonna start with 2 teaspoons for this amount, and then we can always adjust later.
And then if you want to make it spicy, you could add red pepper flakes, or you could add basil or whatever. We're just kind of trying to keep it basic.
This is traditional. So then you just let that simmer for 30 minutes. The longer the better. Covered or uncovered?
I like to cover it.
Cover it.
Just because it gets kind of thick and it'll start spattering everywhere. So you cover it, but you leave a little gap. And let it rip for at least a half hour.
Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes. Our ragu has been simmering away on the stove, and we are ready. Here it is. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Nice, hearty, red beef and tomato sauce. Okay, so there you have it. This sauce is delicious on your favorite pasta, or it would make a great lasagna sauce. What we do is we divide this batch up into small portions and put it in individual containers and keep it in our freezer, so we have it available anytime we want. A delicious dinner with ragu.
And if you're doing the keto thing, we've also done like zucchini boats where you scoop everything out of the middle of the zucchini, put some ragu in there, maybe a little mozzarella on top, and then just stick it in the oven at probably 350 or under the broiler.
Yeah, that's a delicious keto-friendly, gluten-free meal if you are trying to avoid pasta. Good idea, babe.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Comment below. Let us know what you think. And remember to live, love, and eat. That's amore.
Yes. She never misses.
Ah! You made a liar out of your daddy.
Look at that. Every one of them now.
Except for the first one.